Good evening again. Thanks very much to everyone for tuning in. Jump straight back in. As you can see, I'm playing as Provost Sakharov of the university. Previous gameplays I've pointed out that I really enjoy a tech and science heavy faction.
Turn complete.
Let's jump into it. Here we are. Just begun colonising up the Pholus Ridge with an eye to securing the ruins here at the north. And we have somehow drifted into war with the Gaians, aka the Space Hippie. And we have as a neighbour the Morganites, aka Space Ferengi, or Space Elon Musk, I guess. So, strange bedfellows, strange neighbours, but we will press on. I feel like we're just approaching the kind of mid-game for my playthrough. Usually when I start developing impact weaponry, I start considering myself a faction capable of conducting interfaction wars and that kind of thing. So this should hopefully see a bit of a change in strategy.
Fossil fuels in the last century reached their extreme prices because of their inherent utility.
So yeah, for all our Advanced Federation Star Trek style technology, we are returning to fossil fuels, only the difference is being this time we can make them in a lab. I wonder if we're also able to short circuit the fallout of pollution. We shall see. But it does critically put me on the path to air power, or give me aircraft, which is a really important kind of tactical technology. Gives me missile launcher, the weapon, which is again a step up from impact weapons. Also gives me fungicide tanks, which are basically an enhancement for my formers, my terraformers. So the Morgans are on the phone. Sometimes this could be a prelude to war. Non-committal. See how this goes. Use for cyber ethics. Intriguing, actually.
The wicked have told me of things that delight them.
Fossil fuels for environmental economic? No. That would put advanced tactical technology in his hands, and we're not having that.
Information. The first principle of warfare must form the foundation of all your efforts. Know, of course, thine enemy, but in knowing him, do not forget above all to know thyself. The commander who embraces this totality of battle shall win, even with the inferior force. Spartan Battle Manual.
Basically gives a training and experience enhancement to every unit built there. Now's the time to really start preparing a defense in depth, so I can resist if Morgan suddenly goes haywire and boils across my border.
Terraform complete.
I love those materials pods that can give you such a kick up the production ass. Coastal bases should really have pressure domes just in case global warming kicks in and the sea levels rise. Not bad. Anything under 30 turns to me is a reasonable amount of time to spend on a secret project. So we'll go for polishing. But who are angry with me? That makes a change. No way am I getting dragged into it.
Man has killed men from the beginning of time, and each new frontier has brought new ways and new places to die. Why should the future be different?
But a couple of handy units there, Seafarer there, track aircraft. Very interesting technologies coming up as well. Punishment Sphere. Sounds like a Futurama plotline, but literally you will see when you defeat a faction leader exactly what a punishment sphere is. It's horrendous. Build bunkers, adopt power, which is kind of focused social engineering choice, and repeal or reinstate the UN. Trap for cash. Lend you half. And the Peacekeeper's right on the phone. Something tells me he's going to ask me if I want to go to war with Santiago. Geopathic minions, a bit creepy. That sounds pretty good to me. We sent him loyalty. Yes.
begin with a function of arbitrary complexity.
So yeah, an interesting theory there. Algorithms as the basis for basically artificial intelligence or sentience, as the technology says. Definitely not one we want to share with Zuckerberg. I'm tempted to go for air power. Centauri Meditation, critical to the main plot, does allow you to build your own aisles to the deep. You know, Empathy Dome's a fantastic secret project.
Terraform complete.
I see that being very helpful.
Mod recovered.
Here, have a free yacht.
Combat report.
Pretty handy.
Mod recovered.
Nice. My first dedicated tactical unit is a missile rover. Because of my secret project for the command center, I get a massive morale and experience boost to all my new units, so my missile rover has hardened.
When beholding the tranquil beauty and brilliancy of the ocean's skin, one forgets the tiger heart that pants beneath it, and would not willingly remember that this velvet paw but conceals a remorseless fang. Herman Melville, Moby Dick, Datalinks.
It's always nice when they throw in a quote from classic literature, although I'm pretty sure most would point out that fangs are in the mouth, not the paw. That said, I do like that poem. Having built a dome that will keep me safe from the sea. I believe he's sending a colony pod right up to my borders. Outrageous. Brazenness of it. Don't just declare war just to destroy a defenseless colony pod filled entirely with civilians. Knowledge. There's a major boost to my economy and my research. It does make me incredibly vulnerable to enemy probe team. There is a secret project for that, so let's do it. What? Switch over to
Project initiated.
Give me immunity to protein to spying activity. So we'll pick that up and be smug and safe behind a very hard barrier to overcome. And then we can continue colonizing to the north of this continent. I've said in playthroughs before, I try and avoid having other people present on my continent, so I'm not forced into a two-side war, two-front battle. Can't have a lot of terrain. And they're starting to build ocean bases, which is always a challenge, because those proliferate a rash, make any kind of war really difficult to prosecute. Okay, the Organites, non-committal again. It's actually a prelude to war. I want you to have that country. And he just hangs up on me. Wow. Well, that implies the war is not going well for the Guardians. And you know what's even worse? That means they can't pay their loan back to me, God. But the Spartans can. So, listen, I'm not that amoral. It's just you've got to think about how you're going to be affected by these kind of battles. So the ardent militarist wants to repeal the UN Charter, which is our shield against atrocities. See how this goes. Predictably, the Gaians and the Peacekeepers are against it. The Economist, the Mogul, Space Elon Musk is against it as well. Predictably, the militarists and the space fundamentalist communists are for it. I think I am also going to oppose this. Yeah, I don't like the idea of atrocities being carried out. Unless
Mod recovered.
a dimensional gate. Oh, damn, he went pretty far. Wow, crazy. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to route him Darius Sunrise. I expect that will become a frontline base.
Terraform complete. Turn complete.
The Isle of the Deep is really not a single creature, but a colony of thousands of individual tubules, an aquatic vector of the mindworm which terrorizes planets' continents. Over its lifetime, certain tubules secrete a tough glue-like substance which hardens to form the characteristic shell that floats the colony and creates the appearance of a rogue island. Lady Deidre Sky, A Comparative Biology of Planet.
So I hope nobody was eating while she described how these tubules secrete a tough glue-like substance. Yeah, the mindworms in this game are pretty grim when you get down to it. But on the upside, I can now make them. And as I've discussed in previous playthroughs, their psi attack negates weapon armor level. So it's just a one-on-one morale battle. Keeps them level with us, but also it's really effective against other human factions. Yes, I will use alien life forms as warriors against other human factions. Weirdly, that's not an atrocity. Out of the main plot develops. Yes, Provost Zakharov, I did say thought waves. Dr. Fedora's wrinkled smile is otherworldly, a grinning death's head. Mindworms definitely, and probably the fungus itself. Even after transient human thought patterns are isolated, a complex wave dynamic remains. There's good reason to believe that at least some mentation is taking place. You're telling me this stuff thinks, half-heartedly, not quite prepared to buy into the idea. If so, it's a remarkably different manner of thought from that of humans, but the basic cognitive feedback loop is present. Dr. Fedorov leans forward and gestures toward the graphic with his data-linked stylus. The most striking thing is the loop's ability to jump from creature to creature, each fungal spore acting as a synapse. Spores and worms as individual creatures are insignificant. The feedback across a fungal bloom or a mindworm boil is impressive. How long can it keep jumping? Now your curiosity is piqued. Has it crossed the threshold into self-awareness? Difficult to say. In theory, a powerful wave could reverberate clear around the planet. The distances involved would make true self-awareness problematic. Perhaps a quasi-sentient state, similar to our dreams. Somebody get David Lynch on the phone, because we are talking sentience, awareness, and dreams, alien life forms in other dimensional states. The implication here is that the mind worms, the xenofungus, and all of it is part of a giant planetary brain. Kind of makes me feel bad about, like, mowing a lot of it down and blowing some of it up, but not. Oh, damn, an alien artefact. Where the hell did that come from? Literally, I have no idea where that artefact came from. Usually you pull them out of pods. It's just appeared. Yeah, let's plug it into our computers and see what happens. That never goes wrong in a sci-fi film.
You ivory tower intellectuals must not lose touch with the world of industrial growth and hard currency. It is all very well and good to pursue these high-minded scientific theories, but research grants are expensive, and you must justify your existence by providing not only knowledge, but concrete and profitable applications as well. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, The Ethics of Greed.
That is one of my favourite technology descriptions. You know, I have friends who are academics. I'm sure they would chuckle wryly at that description. High-minded scientific theories, you must justify your existence providing not only knowledge, but concrete and profitable applications as well. Hot damn, university administrators, be warned.
Improvement
Some civilian
destroyed.
workers got in among the research patients today and became so hysterical I felt compelled to have them nerve stapled. The consequence, of course, will be another public relations nightmare. But I was severely shaken by the extent of their revulsion towards a project so vital to our survival. CEO Nwabuda K. Morgan, The Personal Diary.
So it seems like it's always Morgan who's basically the sci-fi dystopian trope stereotype. They're casually describing how some of his citizens were exposed to human experimentation in a research hospital, and his response was to nerve staple them. It is an atrocious process. In the short term, eliminates morale problems in Alpha Centauri, but causes massive diplomatic repercussions and ultimately disturbs the rest of your population even more. So, because some people saw a horrible thing he was doing, he did a horrible thing to them.
Project initiated.
Or going to find a secret algorithm. The problem is, once I complete it, they transfer all of their resource over to a new secret project. Might also be something I want.
Request confirmation.
Grab that now.
If I determine the enemy's disposition of forces while I have no perceptible form, I can concentrate my forces while the enemy is fragmented. The pinnacle of military deployment approaches the formless. If it is formless, then even the deepest spy cannot discern it, nor the wise make plans against it. Sun Tzu, The Art of War, Data Links.
Massively OP secret project. I cannot
Project
slide upon.
complete.
Or can my units be converted to enemy control? I'm curious. Yeah, let's go for Xeno.
Project initiated.
That has another really overpowered benefit to it. It turns all the fungus squares in the game the roads that your units can use, which is preposterous.
Terraform complete.
Alright, so for up to 20 turns I can no longer speak to any other faction. Right, 2 formers now, nosing around the fungal forests. I want to keep a tactical unit nearby for idiots. That's why you try not to race other human factions for projects, because they will pick them up with no warning whatsoever.
Spot recovered.
Oh,
Faction
it's
eradicated.
all over. And with it goes my loan repayments. Outrageous. At least the Spartans can make good on it. What is this transport up to? Oh god, he's gonna set up a colony over here somewhere. I can't believe we're still in the land grab phase. Really annoying. Oh, okay, so one of the random projects that can occur is virus epidemics. But if you have sufficient research hospitals, or in my case, the Human Genome Project, you can slam your fist down on that. Basically, what it does, it eliminates all the farms around the base. But in my case, haha, I dodged the bullet.
Air power rests at the apex of the first triad of victory, for it combines mobility, flexibility, and initiative. Spartan Battle Manual.
Cool. I'll trust, again, as always, I trust the unit designer really well. It's a really effective game to give you what you need. Let's grab fusion power.
In the years since our arrival, we have foolishly disrupted so many of planet's ecosystems
Right?
that entire species may vanish without our ever having understood or even known them. We must halt this plunder, and halt it immediately, for our own survival as a species depends on our ability to strike a balance on this world. Commissioner Pravin Lal, Mindworm.
Solid advice there, to live in harmony with the environment. Obviously that also requires the environment to stop trying to kill us. I believe this also leads to another main plot line. Oh no, we get an achievement. The Centauri Preserve on planet. Gives me an achievement on my slightly larger monolith of achievement. About that.
Production complete.
Usually slap the super collider on my base that's already leading with research.
Terraform complete.
Yes, basically. How about put Relativity? Unfortunately, they have the least minerals to support a secret project. I'll not be doing that. Yeah, best bases for minerals is University Base. Always the home base. Well, we will wait and won't we? I think we're currently looking at basically the Spartans establishing themselves as a very formidable foe. Peacekeepers and I've locked into a cold war across the border, and me bullying the Morgans until they crack and have a go at me. At which point I will stamp them out. That's the current kind of world tactical update. See how that plays out.
I believe planet will talk to us if we're willing to listen. These fungal stalks behave as multi-state relays. Taken together, the neural net connectivity must be staggering. Can a planet be said to have achieved sentience? Lady Deirdre Sky, Arguments in Council.
Nice. A couple of really helpful kind of developments from there. I can use xenophage
Project
roads.
complete.
I can remove or plant it faster, and any alien life forms I breed get a bonus experience and ability. And once again, the militarists want to get rid of the Human Rights Act. Ooh. The tie-breaking vote. I'm still going no.
Pod recovered.
Notice as well that my ships have mapped pretty much the basic outline of all the major continents. Global trade power. Our rates doubled. I'm on board with that. Of course, they wouldn't be. They're protectionist, isolationist faction. We'll have that. Still trying to take over my terraformer, which is actually over there doing him a favor.
Production complete.
Our ancestors harnessed the power of a sun, and so again shall we.
Give it up, man. It's not happening.
Pod recovered.
Oh, hot damn. That's starvation at my home base.
Resource shortfall. Combat report.
So this is a delayed update from the discovery of Centauri preserves and their construction in my base. I've ordered these preserves set aside for you, voice. Planet life will remain completely undisturbed inside these compounds, and you, in return, regulate your animal and plant vectors, keeping them from overrunning my compounds. Mind and flower, node and worm. In compounds small, planet yearns. Growth dreams soon, unlock we prison. Human beware, planet risen. Sixth firm alien. Moody poetry. Like you poem we as Zakharov, new human skill learn we. Pretty dreadful voice, what is this growth dream? Keep alluding to it. Growth dream soon is. Epochal blooming we, mind and flower, dreaming we of grape wine. Earth humans, thoughts many, make their growth dreams sooner. Aren't we many, many, many? Great pruning we of animal we also animal you. Beginning again of cycle. You mean this is going to wipe out most animal life on the planet, including all the humans? Not certain we. Never before this clearly think we. From humans learn we much, especially as Zakharov. As Zakharov friend we. Will often remember we as Zakharov next cycle. That's kind of your voice, but it's not quite the kind of immortality I had in mind. Can't this process be slowed or stopped? Stop we no. Slow we yes, in compound stay we. Less harm and cause you. Now let us make we more poems. So the upshot of that, as I take it, is whatever happens at the end of this kind of life cycle that the planet seems to be building towards, some kind of massive planetary devastation event that, as I've said here, destroys all other life on the planet, or cycling back again. For the moment, we're kind of delaying it by building preserves, where fungal growth can be allowed to continue under controlled circumstances. Ultimately, we're just kind of delaying the inevitable, and we are going to have to confront a potential apocalypse again. Oh my good lord, that's where the Morganites went. They went over here. Well, they're just asking for trouble from the Spartans then. I'm going to head over to...
Resource shortfall.
Well, they are, but there isn't a lot I can do, guys. Stop redistributing people to other bases, to other tiles. There we go, there's the suggestion. You've parked your colony pod at an ideal place. Here is where we're going to recommend you set up camp. Noted. That very fertile valley on the slopes of Mount Planet, which to my knowledge shouldn't erupt anytime soon. Also, then dock Isle of the Deep as an additional garrison unit. As well as being a transport for units, it's also got its own psi attack. So it's a very multi-use, very functional unit. We've stabilised university base on the population until this this little disaster stops for about 10 turns from when it kicked off. You have to sit and wait. How does the hive? Well, he's angry with me, but no change there. Oh, here we go. Fusion power, can I have that as a favour? Your crusade for democracy constitutes a direct threat to my position as leader of the Hive. I have warned you against poisoning the minds of common drones with these seditious slogans. Now I shall take military action to stop. Well, he's just across an ocean from me, so I do have some concern about his ability to reach me. Bring that foil back to retrofit it as more modern warship and have it the heart of my new navy. Really gonna. I told you he's established a base right on the edge of their territory, miles away from support from his home base, and now he's under attack by Santiago. Well, you've brought that on yourself. As the game says, too bad, you're on your own. See, now he wants a pact of brotherhood, which is the game's alliance, but a condition of being in an alliance with the Morgans is that I declare war on the Spartans, which I don't want to do. They're huge and terrifying. Good luck with your war.
Evolution is at work here, but just what is evolving remains to be seen. Commissioner Pravin Lal, Man and Machine.
Neural grafting, installation of technology into the brains of humans. Allows you in game just to have extra special abilities, but yeah, has some really kind of alarming implications where the human mind and the artificial mind collide, meld, and become something else. And there's a bit more of your sci-fi dystopia to stir into your tea. Well, I mean, who couldn't have seen that one coming? That's always impressive. One of the things you can do with spy technology is infiltrate an enemy base and completely take it over. A very impressive move by the Morgans if they had any chance of reinforcing that base, holding it against further Spartan attack, which they don't and they won't. I can't believe this. Look at it. Oh my. This game doesn't kick you when you're dead. They've just split my territory in half, and I have a crop failure at bike. Thanks.
Combat report.
I think we shall call it there, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks very much for tuning in. Check me out next Monday, 7 PM GMT, to see how on earth I'm going to unstick this nightmare, which will probably involve with me stamping on the Morgans, letting them go away. Thanks very much for tuning in. I will put some edited highlights of this on YouTube. I've been the Blogging Goth, and I will see you next week.
Please don't go. The drones need you. They look up to you.